Notice anything different? Our fearless leader, James, is out on his wedding in Italy. Jealous, absolutely amazing. So while he's gone, I will be taking over. You're stuck with me. I am Parish Hayes. I am a strategist here at Fohr. Honestly, super excited to be here. It is 1 p.m., so I am not drinking a Negroni, but I will have a few sips of wine. I feel like to get the nerves out, honestly. We are gonna be talking about unhinged social posting for brands and personal branding, which is honestly a topic that has been running wild just on our strategy team and marketing just in general. Every brand trying their hardest to be relatable and to be overly personable when it's like, no, this doesn't make sense for you. You should not be doing this. Wendy's has a mixtape, which I'm not gonna lie, was actually kind of fire, but did they need it? Did it make me wanna buy burgers? In an article, it says, the most obvious assumption as to why Wendy's would be tweeting like this was because it's hacked. And honestly, I have to agree. This is my favorite quote of the article. The company's Facebook page reads as though someone's very drunk grandfather accidentally grabbed the social media intern's iPhone and doesn't realize he's posting to an account with more than 8 million followers. But honestly, we all know that went through checks and balances and someone at the top of Wendy's allowed this. It's actually crazy. Someone greenlit some of this stuff. Some of the tweets here, please, Aaron, I'm begging. That's some cute glasses, by the way.
Yeah, that's my blue eyes.
But why are brands even doing this? Do they think it's gonna be more relatable to their Gen Z audience or to young millennials like myself? It's doing the complete opposite. Thinking to like Duolingo, which weirdly has been working for them, with their mascot obsessed with Dua Lipa. Now I wanna say Dua Lipa because I said Duolingo. Now I get it. You were smart, actually. What are they selling?
It's like Rosetta Stone. It's like
Rosetta Stone. But Duolingo in Q2 had a 59% spike in their paid subscriptions year over year. Do we think that had anything to do with their social strategy? Or do you think people decided in mid-April that they want to learn new language? Just because it works for one brand doesn't mean it works for us all. Even when Threads launched a few months ago, brands were trying to figure out what their strategy would be on the app, how they were gonna communicate, and what they were gonna say. I know for ourselves personally, our very own social media spent weeks figuring out what our first thread would be. And honestly, it was a banger. It really was. But it's stuff like this that makes you wonder, should a brand's tone and messaging and voice be consistent across all platforms, or is it okay to have a little bit of unhinged every now and then? I was watching a video recently, Alex Hermosi, who said, branding is creating constant associations between your product, your messaging, and what your audience likes or the problem that needs a solution. In fact, Aaron, roll that clip. Is he gonna do it here or is he gonna completely block me out?
Here's my bouquet. Then I've got this sad flower. So this is a sad face flower. There's my sad flower. If I handed my wife this bouquet, all of the roses are perfect, and there's this one that's just wilted and dead. It looks a lot different, right? The bouquet, the brand, the perception of it massively shifts even with one fucked up flower.
Your perception of that entire bouquet is damaged because of that one bad flower. It's just like Yelp. One bad review and the whole restaurant is bad, and we're not going. There's a big difference between myself and my own personal brand as a creator versus, you know, social media or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of what I'm leading to, like talking about how like I have opportunities to be able to pivot, but brands don't have that same opportunities because it needs to be aligned with their entire messaging, their value. There's such a difference between a personal brand and a brand of a company. If you look at my account, you'll see men's style, grooming, and so forth. So if I was to randomly start posting and promoting a kitchen product, my audience would be confused, and honestly, the content probably wouldn't perform well. The same as me talking about a random kitchen appliance when I have no affinity for it on my social. The same thing for brands whose misaligned content has nothing to do with their products or their services that they provide to their target audience. But the great thing about a personal brand is I have the opportunity to pivot where necessary. It might not be easy, but if I wanted to switch my niche to kitchenware and cooking, I could probably do that. As a brand, your company's message, logo, values, and social content must be aligned in order to correlate to products sold or even building a community amongst your target audience. Because it only makes sense. Your misaligned messaging will completely confuse your target audience and create one, if not all, of the following impacts to your business. One, a negative perception of your products and your services, confusion around what you're even offering, and three, hit you right in your pockets and decrease sales. This is really why partnering with the right influencers can be so important. You want to make sure that not only does the brand reflect the influencer, but the influencer does reflect the brand. And not just the products that you're trying to sell, but overall. Instead of it being a main topic of conversation for brands to figure out how their social strategy mimics the tone of their target audience, they should allow influencers who are social first being that voice for the brand. I like talking to the camera is just weird as hell. Yeah. Okay, let's talk. All right, guys, I think we're good. I think we can just talk. Brands know what they sell. They know who their target audience is. There's a lot of strategy behind the scenes that goes into understanding their target demographic. Influencers know social media. Paired together, you have an effective brand strategy and an effective tool in targeting and really authentically speaking to that target audience. You really just have to think about what is most important to you. What's most important to you? Are you looking for more of a brand awareness play? Or you're just like, I just need eyeballs. I need somebody just to see my brand. Like, I just need to be in the cultural zeitgeist. Like, I just need to be seen on social. Secondary is later on down the line, once I have captured those individuals, being able to sell products. I think, unfortunately, there are some brands who haven't gotten to that second step yet. They're so focused on trying to relate and to get eyes and to create mixtapes and diss tapes about competitors and focusing on what their competitors are doing without actually focusing on their own bottom line and what's happening in their own house. There are success stories like Duolingo that had significant increases in their year-over-year sales in Q2. But there are a lot more unsuccessful stories of brands trying so hard to reach out and to speak the language of their target demographic where it honestly misses the mark.
Does it make you want a Wendy's burger, seeing all their stuff?
And honestly, seeing their social media does not make me want a Wendy's burger. I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. It does not make me want a Wendy's burger. But hell, I sure wanna figure out how to learn a new language. So I might be hitting up Duolingo and Dua Lipa. As a brand, when you're approaching your social strategy, one route is to take that unhinged, crazy social tone where you're really trying to speak the language and talk the talk, which can be very risky. That's really hard for a brand to nail, even if they have an office full of Gen Zs. Brands can really take a page out of creators' books. Creators are very diligent about their social strategy, what they're posting, the type of niche that they're in, what their audience loves, and they're great at engaging with their audience in a way that's authentic to them. In the same way that influencers are able to do that and really pinpoint their own voice and sound and honestly niche and aesthetic, brands can also partner with those influencers to really kind of like, if they want to test out something really fun as far as like a new voice or a new aesthetic or anything and try to get their products out there as a test, I think that's an amazing way to do so and kind of like lean on it. We do a lot of test campaigns here at Fohr where we get brands to step outside of their own comfort zone through influencers, which is absolutely amazing. And then they get to see later on like, oh wow, this actually worked. Let's do more just like this. And that is a way for brands to be a little unhinged and be a little bit risky, but also stay within their own lane, as they've already done the work to create their own personal branding and honestly have a tone and a very social first outlook on what it takes to market to their audiences. Whew. Cheers to our fearless leader, James, who is getting married in Italy. Thank you for letting me host this week's episode as well as next week. Any tips for me hosting more wine? Maybe I should actually have a Negroni next time. Let me know. Also, if you have any ideas on personal branding or any creators that want to talk to us about personal branding themselves, please comment down below and let us know if there's something that you find particularly interesting about this episode or something that you want us to talk about next. All right, see you next week. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you can see videos like this every week. Haley, I don't know what the f is going. Being in the front of this camera is making me like blank out.
It's okay, I know it's scary. Just talk to me.
I appreciate you guys' patience. You guys are awesome. I'm pretty sure I put both socks on. I'm pretty sure I put both socks on. Yeah.
And then shoe?
Is that not a normal thing?
I do sock, shoe, like a psychopath.
There's no way you do
The
that.
shoe on, and then I walk over so the sock doesn't get dirty, and then put the other shoe on.
Oh, see, I don't think that far ahead. No.
Maybe I should just put the shoes in front of me, right?
100%. That's where the shoes should be. How do you know what shoes you're gonna wear? Oh, we gotta unpack this on a whole nother episode because that is wild in itself.